Hi, I'm Ryan Eston Paul, and check out this snippet from my track, The Habitat, from the game Colony Ship Post-Earth RPG, coming out soon as a soundtrack.
My name is Chrvns. This is Shut Up and Listen. And today we have a very cool individual I'm ready to learn a lot and have a great conversation with. Super legend, done made soundtracks for everything and anything in between, has been in many bands. Just an all around fantastic human being. Make some noise for Ryan. What's the middle name again?
Eston
Paul. man. I just kept saying Ryan Paul. I felt like you wanted to put the middle in there.
Yeah, Ryan Paul by itself is too boring.
Yeah,
and it's too close to like Rand Paul, Paul Ryan,
Jake Paul.
Lots of questionable. Oh yeah, Jake Paul. Lots of questionable individuals that I'm not related to.
You're not questionable, but I do have questions for you. So I think we should go ahead. For the people that don't know, who is Ryan Eston Paul?
Well, I am a sound designer and composer for video games, television, and film. I contract for video games for the most part. But I'm also a sound designer, composer, re-recording mixer currently for Children of the Setting Sun Productions. Oh. And that's who I am.
But you weren't always doing that.
No, I wasn't always doing that. You mean like back in the start?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the origin story, how you got into music.
Oh, okay, yeah. To
get to that path, it's a different path. Because, everybody is like, I picked up a guitar one time, and I was like, yeah, but what brought you into like this? Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, I picked up a guitar one time.
That was it?
That's it. Shit. No, like my upbringing was pretty weird, I guess, or interesting. There was a lot about it that was really bad, but it was fun because my mom's boyfriend was in a metal band. Okay. So there was always like a metal band playing in my basement. So there was just always music around. So,
yeah.
I just really was drawn to music at a young age. It was kind of I guess we can go here now. It was kind of a traumatic childhood. There was violence and stuff like that. I didn't really speak much until like age 5. Dang. So when I discovered music...
Wait, so kind of like mute?
No,
okay, I was about to say.
I was like traumatized.
Okay, yeah. All right, my bad.
Mute through trauma. Nah, I mean, like music was just, once I discovered music, it was just a way to express myself that I had never discovered before. Cause I didn't think in words like people did, because I just kind of like
feelings.
Yeah. I felt things in textures and light. And as soon as I discovered music, it just became a way to speak without speaking. So I started out playing guitar in metal bands in Portland.
Shout out Portland one time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Portland be weird as fuck, and I love it out there.
Dude, when you're in Portland, you don't even realize you're just desensitized to it.
That's what life is.
Yeah, that's Darth Vader, riding a tricycle down the road, playing the bagpipes. And then you move away, and it's like this, what was that fever dream of my childhood? I don't know. Yeah, just playing music in metal bands. Eventually got a hold of a keyboard, a computer, some digital recording software.
That's when the game changes.
And the game changed. Yeah, that was it. So ended up going to college in Vancouver, BC, and just kind of like abandoned my studies, which was psychology. And I had a friend that went to the Vancouver Film School. And he called me one day. He's like, hey, you want to like compose for my student project, my final? So I was like, all right. So I just like skipped a bunch of classes and did that and then like never looked back.
Full sent it.
Yeah. Just started volunteering, composing for Vancouver Film School because they were like, oh, who's this composer? So
that's sick. Wait, so what were the first couple like projects that you did composing for? Wait, so I know your homie
horrible.
called you, but like what like genre of film or genre of a project was it that you were like composing for? Like, what exactly did it entail for you? Was it just like the score? Was it the actual like, sound design of it or?
Yeah, it was just a score. Yeah.
Just a score?
Just
okay.
at that time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. For the first like 10 years, I was just doing composing.
Okay.
Cause like I was kind of known as like the guitar guy, the guy that was always recording in his room and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's when my friend called me one day and like, hey, I'll call Ryan to get him to do this.
Ooh, which band? All right, I got a side question.
Yeah.
Which band or which artist would you say, or who is your favorite composer? Because I have a band in mind that I love anything they do for original soundtracks.
Yeah.
I love everything they do.
Okay.
But who's your favorite composer or favorite band that does like original soundtracks?
That's a hard question to answer. Okay. Well, there's one that's like really kind of basic, and I feel basic saying it, but I like Hans Zimmer a lot.
Oh, Hans Zimmer fire, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not basic. That's just straight to the shits.
You know, it's
It's
not
like me
like
saying I love Kanye.
it's not like a deep cut. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
but like
everybody
Hans
gonna
Zimmer, I like how he like gets fixated on just ideas. Like for Batman, he just had like this drone on the cello, and he just
Yep.
like just fluctuate the timbre just ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know, I love stuff like that. Like I love like the subtleness that composing can like bring into the world, the subtle beauties.
Sure.
In terms of like music from a band, well, I like Destroy. No, oh my gosh, what are they called? Disaster Piece. There we go.
Masterpiece, okay.
They did It Follows, and some other horror stuff.
Okay, I gotta peep that.
Okay, I like Health, but they do mostly video games.
Yeah.
What other artists? I mean, you know, I grew up listening to Nine Inch Nails, so I gotta like say Trent Reznor.
Yeah, okay.
Atticus Ross.
Yeah.
Like what they did for Mutant Mayhem was pretty awesome. I thought.
dope.
So, what's your answer?
Explosions in the Sky.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Because
one.
they do a lot of films, a lot of TV shows. And then while I was thinking about it, Tune Yards.
Oh yeah, that's a
Tune
good
Yards
answer.
works with Bootsy Riley a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, just the most abstract, weird shit.
Okay.
But Explosions in the Sky, there's a movie, Prince Avalanche. That whole entire album for like, all the composition for the entire thing, it starts off one piece for one song. Second piece adds another layer to it. Third piece, and so then it gets rid of him, starts introducing some other pieces. The last song of the entire album includes elements from every single song and kind of like recaps as the movie does the recap too. It's fucking nuts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite pieces.
Okay, I know Tune Yards as an artist. I didn't know.
Oh, that's Explosion in the Sky. Tune Yards just get weird.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, I don't know any of their film stuff, so that's great. I'll have to check it out.
Sorry to bother you. They did the Virgo show that's on Prime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll find a couple more for you later.
I need to consume more media. I find that I don't consume
I do.
nearly enough.
I take a day off. That's all I'm doing. I'm sitting on there. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey music lovers, want to be part of something bigger than just another music app? Check out SubJam. It's more than just streaming, it's a movement. Founded on the spirit of DIY and grassroots energy, SubJam is here to support music communities, promote free and open content, and help artists fill venues. You remember the episode where Jordan from SubJam came by and we went through the app? You gotta check it out ASAP. They're looking for passionate people like you to beta test their new iOS app and help shape the future of music. Join them by visiting subj.am/beta today. Let's make some noise together. Binary Recording Studio is a versatile space designed to cater to all music genres. And when I say all, I mean all. If you're into jazz, rock, hip-hop, or anything in between, Binary is equipped to bring your music to life. With the expert engineering and the best setup, my boy Bob, he can capture the essence of whatever you are wanting to create and bring it just to reality. From there, book your session today. Unleash your creativity at Binary Recording Studio. But for real, my boy Bob, he will not disappoint. And welcome back.
Great.
But how was the Vancouver Film School? Like, so how many projects did you work out there? How in depth did you guys get?
I just did like 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was good, like getting the feet wet, getting used to it.
Yeah. And I think they just thought I was like, doing other stuff, but I really wasn't doing anything else. I was
just waiting for them to hit you up.
It was just kind of like word of mouth, I didn't go to the school, but like I offered what little I'd done at that point to be in their library, which, didn't really do anything for me, but it felt cool at the time. So there might be some other movies that use some of my music too. I don't know, but that's like early stuff. So I don't, I don't care.
You gotta get your publishing on, man.
Yeah.
You want to get your royalties.
Yeah.
Where did we go from there? Because I'm trying to get to the sound design piece.
Okay. Yeah.
How did we, so yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I just kind of I did life for a little while. Like I was in a band, performed around town, stuff like that for a while.
In Bellingham, or where's that?
Bellingham, yeah.
And that was Cat Delicious?
Cat Delicious.
Cat Delicious, baby!
Yeah, it was a good time. I was like 2006, like Black Eyes Neckties, No Fight Soul Rebellion was rocking it. It was a good time
that was a solid point.
Be around, yeah. I mean, it's always a solid time in Bellingham.
Yeah,
but, Yeah. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But it was definitely kind of like a detour, but it felt good.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah. And then I basically just found some people that wanted composers, and I said, I'm a composer. And I just started composing for independent films. And then eventually that kind of led to some production companies taking notice, and that led to me getting into some television shows after that. So,
okay.
And that was like, there's one called like My Music. There's one called Cherry Sunny Productions. And they basically just have like a bunch of composers that work for them. And whenever they have a project, they just kind of like feed it to whatever composer.
Who might be fitting it for it.
So it's just like a production house of editors and composers.
That's dope.
So it was a good experience because like I never knew it was coming my way, and I had to make all sorts of different styles of music.
Did you have like time crunches as well too?
Yeah, there's time crunches.
You had to just
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, because when you're starting out, like you can take as long as you want, but in the real world, like you got to get efficient with the stuff. So it was good practice, and through that experience, I got music on MTV. I got music on The Daily Show.
What? I love
Daily Show. Like NFL Network. I got some stuff on there. So it was cool. Yeah.
Resume looking nice.
It didn't pay nearly enough, but it was a good experience. So, and then through there, my friend that worked at Vancouver Film School eventually became an artist for a game developer.
Was this the same friend from the beginning?
Yeah, from the very beginning.
What's this friend's name?
His name, Andy Fisher.
Andy Fisher! You the GOAT.
Good guy. And then it was like the same deal. He's like, hey, I need a composer. I'm like,
he'll be back.
You're the man. So then that's how I started getting into games. And I'd been a lifelong gamer. So like, I was like, yeah, this feels like perfect. Did like 2 games for him. The first one was called like Veggie Samurai.
That sounds sick.
Uprising, I think it was. It was a mobile game.
Okay.
And then I can't even remember what the second one was. I think it was called like Elfed Uprising. It was the Christmas slap on the wallpaper on the Elfed Uprising one. So anyways, I did 2 games for them, and then they're like, hey, we need like a sound designer as well. And like I had never tried that before in my life.
So fun.
Yeah. So fun.
For people that don't know, let's do a little education piece. What is sound design?
Well, let me tell you. So sound design it combines and utilizes many different audio skills. So there's Foley, there's audio recording, there's synthesis, there's like some re-recording mixing, some audio recording. And you're taking all these elements and you're using it to create something unique. Typically, it's something that doesn't occur naturally in the world,
Yeah.
So maybe you're using sound design to create a footstep, but it wouldn't be a normal footstep because that would just be like a Foley performance if that were the case.
Foley. Yeah. Honestly, I want to be in a Foley studio for like a couple hours and just like knock out a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like so much fun.
Foley's fun, yeah.
And then also just doing weird shit though to really capture the sounds.
Yeah, there's videos of people that are just like surrounded by balloons and like rotary bells and stuff like that.
Or using lettuce just to crunch bones and
yeah. That stuff's fun. I love doing gore Foley. It's so fun. Yeah,
because I think you have to get creative with that.
Yeah. But if you're doing like Foley sound design, if you're doing sound design footsteps, you're typically doing like a giant footstep, or you're doing like a skeleton footstep. Yeah. Or all weapons are sound design, because weapons in real life don't sound anything like they do in the movies.
Nope.
Sorry.
Every swoosh of sword is
Yeah. Everything's like. Yeah. And that's the thing, like in movies and video games, especially video games, even like naturalistic things are like exaggerated forms of themselves.
Got to, man. It's a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that they
joy.
sound cool and they sound sensational. So, that's sound design in a nutshell. It's something that didn't exist until I think Apocalypse Now was like the first sound design position. It's something that definitely exists, but back then they just would have been called like Foley artists or re-recording mixers.
But then they got its own position basically, and that would be their main focus.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
It's been like the biggest project you've worked on. Like when I say biggest project, what was your DAW of choice?
DAW of choice, Cubase.
Cubase?
Yeah.
All right. So what's like the biggest project that you've had, you know what I'm saying, track-wise, and what was the scene? Or what was the thing you were working on?
Well, movies typically, like if I'm doing dialogue, sound design, and music for a movie, that's easily like 200 tracks.
Sheesh.
I think that's pretty small comparatively to like
but I just
someone working on like Dune or something like that.
That's gotta be insane, yeah.
Yeah. And like I definitely have like tracks I have compositions that are like 170 tracks. So but they tend to be like really long, and it's just kind of the way I compose. I like to layer lots of things. So
it's the kind of things fading in and out and boom.
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. So something might play for like 5 seconds, but it's got its own track. So
it's got to have its own track. We'll be right back after these messages. We'd like to give a special thanks to Lost Giant Cider Company, always providing us with our cider beverages and the best of the cider beverages. Visit Lost Giant's Tap Room in the heart of Bellingham at 1200 Meter Avenue in the Haskell Business Center. It's just down the street from Lakeway Fred Meyer.
Menace Brewing, located in the Fountain District, is where flavor is unleashed. It serves as a local hub of craft beer and community. Recognized as the neighborhood's premier soccer hangout, I love me some soccer. Menace Brewing isn't just a brewery, it's the go-to spot for sports action and local engagement. Visitors can catch the game, connect with fellow fans, and immerse themselves in the heart of the spirited community. Menace Brewing invites everyone to join them, where every visit feels like coming home. Experience Menace Brewing in Bellingham today.
And welcome back. What's one video game you would love to do sound design for?
One video game?
So let's say, because of course the game's probably already out. If they were making a sequel and you had the opportunity to jump on that to do the sound design for, what would it be?
Yeah. I want to work for Ben's studio really bad. So that would be Days Gone 2.
Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah.
I'm dying to work for Ben's studio. I know some things about what's going on with them that isn't public too, so I can't say anything. But it'll come out eventually.
We'll talk about it after this.
But that would be a dream project for me.
That'd be dope.
Just because I'm from Oregon. The game takes place at Crater Lake, which I hold near and dear to my heart. Yeah. Ben's like my favorite city in the world because it's just a city in a forest. It's beautiful by mountains. So there's kind of like, just proximity bias included in that because of where I'm from. But I'd love to work for the studio that did What Remains of Edith Finch. They're called something Sparrow. I don't remember the first word.
Raven? No.
It's a bird.
Is it Raven?
I don't think it's a raven. Well, maybe. Hey, I don't remember. Don't ask me. There's no way to know.
We'll find out later. Find out next time on this episode.
We'll edit it in. I think those are kind of the dream projects. And then this would never happen, but I would work for From Software.
Who's that?
Dark Souls, Elden Ring, but Japanese studio.
You got to make your way over there.
Yeah. So if they ever have an American branch, I'd be all over that.
Oh yeah, and I hope they do, and I hope that actually happens for you.
Thank you.
Well, shit. I guess is there anything else you want to go over before I ask? I got a question that I have to ask every single time.
Oh, it's like the final question?
I gotta ask it.
Okay.
Wait. Do you have anything you want to go over?
I don't know. Depends on what the final question is.
You go first.
I don't know. Just I guess I'm self-taught. I learned through the school of YouTube and just from
YouTube University, baby.
Just trial and error and meeting people. I've met a lot of my heroes at this point because at least in this industry, people are pretty accessible. So I don't know. The video game industry is something that's in recession, but it will come out eventually. So I don't know. I guess I would just encourage people to follow their dreams and to learn. There's so many like tutorials on YouTube, and just kind of like do all that you can, like to learn.
Yeah.
To follow a tutorial on how to make gunshot sounds, how to make gore sounds, like just have fun with it. So.
Yeah. I took about 4 hours and about 40 videos of just how to use compressors.
Yeah.
Just to figure, I know that's like the most basic shit, but to start somewhere that small and then use any of them, it works. Yeah, I'd be quiet.
Yeah. I've spent so much time just like figuring out distortion plugins.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be nuts for it, like especially. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, because like when you're pushing things to the limit, like all the time, sometimes in tracks, like it just gets crazy. Like I don't know.
Start clipping like a mug, huh?
Yeah.
So you got to do some soft clip and some saturation in there.
Yeah, some saturation. Yeah, especially if you want to get like the bass frequencies to be like audible and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely. What are your top 3 plugins for like making some weird shit?
Making some weird shit? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, what is it? There's one called Morph Pro. That is really cool. And it's really basic, but basically you just take 2 audio signals and you just combine them.
Oh.
And then you can like
kind of gives you like an XY axis to kind of
like an XY axis, but then there's like different like algorithms you can put upon it, and then you can control like the grains and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't know, did you ever play like Doom Eternal or Doom? Okay.
Yeah. So
the composer for that, he took a lot of the electric guitars and combined chainsaws with them using Morph Pro.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that, and I love stuff like that because you can just like kind of add thematic elements through the power of suggestion, which I think is fun.
Yeah, and the chainsaw guitar is like perfect. That's like a genius.
Yeah, Lunacy Audio has a lot of stuff. Glitch Machines has a lot of stuff. With a name like Glitch Machines, it should have a lot of stuff.
A lot of vibes that I'm looking for.
Yeah. What was I saying before? Yeah, follow your dreams.
That's crazy. I was gonna ask you, what is one piece of advice you have for the people out there? Hit them with another piece of advice.
Yeah,
It could be anything. According to anything, to do with anything, what's one piece of advice for the people? They in their car at home, they at work, they chilling. What you got to tell them?
Oh man, how do I narrow it down to one thing? Hit the door. It'll be recorded. I just think you got to really find something you love. It seems like such an easy piece of advice, but I think people kind of like settle pretty easily, especially like when you're early on in something. You kind of tend to like want to say yes to a lot of things, and it's just all kind of wasted time when you're saying yes to things that don't benefit you, don't please you. And at the start, it feels like it's going to help you in some way, but it never does. Like, always just say no to the shit that feels wrong. Like, and it's hard to like trust your gut when you're young, right? But it comes with time, and if you just like listen to people that have been through it and just like do it from the beginning, maybe it'll be more natural for you earlier on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then here's another thing for like sound designers, musicians, like always like. It could be like a part of a day, but I like to have at least one day of the week where I'm just like experimenting with stuff. That could be
trying something you haven't tried before.
Yeah, that could be learning something, but just like kind of like organize it so that you're playing around with a plugin, or you're like getting a new plugin you haven't taken the time to play with, and just trying something, right?
I get a new plugin, I don't leave the house. That's what I'm doing all day.
Yeah, and you'll like discover a lot of stuff. I find every project, like I discover like at least like 5 or 10 sounds just from like playing around with something. If I'm just doing the same old thing, it's going to get like boring pretty quickly.
Kind of redundant. Yeah.
So you got to have some kind of discovery in there that's like just built into your process. I think that's pretty important.
Keep growing and trust your gut.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Well, hey, Ryan,
cool.
This shit was fucking dope. Thank you so much for being here. Where can people find your material, and where can they keep following you?
You can find me ryanestonpaul.com, YouTube Eston Audio.
Links right here.
Yeah, Instagram Eston Audio. That's it.
Man, and thank you so much. I'm gonna go home and play video games. Are you gonna go home and play video games?
Yeah, I think so.
What are you about to go play?
Probably Stardew Valley.
Fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just got a
I need less stress in my life. Stardew's where it's at right now.
Yeah. I fuck with Stardew Valley.
It's like Stardew or Elden Ring. It's like one of those two.
Elden Ring. Yeah, you got to grind for that.
Yeah, or Marvel Rivals. That's a good one.
See, I'm trash at Marvel Rivals. We'll talk about that in a second. Hey, y'all stay beautiful out there. Stay moisturized. Stay hydrated. Stay warm. It's getting cold. It's about to be snowing and stuff. Other than that, stay beautiful. This is Shut Up and Listen. I'm Chrvns.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shut Up and Listen. For more captivating content, including videos, articles, and everything music related, visit our website at shutupbeham.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you get your podcast and join the conversation by following us at Shut Up and Listen Beham on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shut Up and Listen is proudly produced by Rocket Soul and Binary Recording Studio. Stay tuned for more fantastic episodes.